Обнаружено!
What's up guys, I'm Fire, and Second Assault is finally out. It's about time, man. I've been waiting for this DLC for a while, and even though that I'm not a big fan of the maps, which I'll be getting into, I'm actually grateful that it's finally out, because we've been waiting for way too long. And now that it's finally out, we can finally play what we paid for. That was the whole point of all this. It's not so much as the maps, it's pretty much, you know, get what you paid for. So thank you, it's about time. Now we just gotta wait for the next ones to come out. But overall, the maps, they're I guess. They look beautiful. It's like going from the Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4. I'm definitely seeing the difference between the two. Graphically, it looks beautiful and great. And also, I'm loving the 64 players on these maps compared to the 360 version with only having 12v12. Now, that was a big drastic change coming from those old consoles. So that alone is definitely a big improvement. Now, as far as what they did for map choice, I'm not a big fan of it. Caspian Border is great. It's a classic Battlefield 3 map, and looking at how it is now, it looks great, it plays great, but the only complaint that I don't really like is that wall and the fact that it's pretty much the console version of Caspian Border put onto the Battlefield 4. And to me, it just feels like it's a little too small compared to what I've seen on BF3 for PC, how it was very stretched out and it was a lot bigger. Now it seems like it's condensed or something. I don't know if for sure, but it just feels and plays very close quarter kind of like. There are some good spots where it's long distance, but there are other spots where it just feels like it's very infantry based, and especially with that mobile anti-air tank. Yeah, that thing needs to get nerfed because it's just dominating all aircraft on the map. It really is. I feel so bad for those helicopter pilots, and I'm usually one of those people that say, just adapt, dude. But now, just seeing how things are going for those helicopters, even I try to fly, and hey, I'm not a pilot, but even if I get in the air, I'm already getting locked on, I'm already getting hit. So I can definitely see why those helicopter pilots are really questioning why DICE is doing this to them, because I'm actually understanding now. I understand, but there are some situations where if the MAA tank is not there, then you just have to adapt. And as well, I also understand that those Stingers, there's a lot of lock-on weapons now in Battlefield 4, but there are times when you can do well, and I've seen it happen, and those are those times where I would say adapt. But as far as this is concerned, I can understand. Firestorm, it's okay, because I don't really see that many aircraft, because it's pretty much the same thing. With Gulf of Oman, the MAA doesn't really do much. I still see choppers pretty much destroying the enemies, and even I'm able to fly around and stay alive for a while. So it's not a big issue since you have those buildings there. So it's not a big issue there. As far as Metro, well, there are no choppers. Speaking of Metro, I've never been a fan of Metro. I never have. And putting it into Battlefield 4 and adding new pathways and different choke points, it really doesn't change my opinion of Metro. I've never liked it, and the only reason why I would like it is maybe in rush mode, only because you get to see the park area at the beginning of the map. Other than that, I really do not like this map. I'm not a big fan of those small close quarter combat where you use grenade spam and you just throw grenades everywhere and shoot your grenade launchers and rocket launchers and just see explosions in little tight corners and hallways and tunnels. It's not my style. And I went from Halo to Call of Duty to Battlefield, and I wanted to get away from all that, and seeing Metro just reminds me way too much of all the times of playing close quarter games, and I really don't like Metro. I hate those types of games, and which is why I really do not like Operation Locker as well. Those are the two maps I wish were just gone. And as well as some people, and even though some people do like it, and if you do like it, I apologize, but that map is just crap. Alright, it does not represent Battlefield well, in my opinion, and I just hate it so much. But there are some times when Metro is enjoyable, but that's only if you have a small player count, like in the old consoles when it was 12v12. That was good. It had times when it was actually enjoyable, but having 64-player Metro, it just not work well. It's just not. I just wish they opened up more of the map and made it to where you can actually have the park as well as a place where you can play. Make that a flag. That would have been great too. It opens up more of the map. Come on, I want to see more. And every time I play Metro, it's always fighting at Bravo, or that, or just base rig. So it's no fun. It's just so boring, and I'm like, you really enjoy this? So that's my opinion of Metro and Caspian Border. Now Firestorm has never been one of my top favorites on the normal consoles. It really was at the bottom too, right next to Metro. Now this is about the normal consoles, coming from what I came from to what it is now, and coming from the normal consoles to next gen, it's a giant improvement. And Firestorm is now enjoyable. Of course, Firestorm is just a straight line with warehouses all over the place. It was very bad, and it wasn't any fun. You couldn't barely find anyone too. But now with next gen consoles, looking at how it is now, it is definitely an improvement, and I enjoy Firestorm now. I can finally say that I enjoy Firestorm. And it's good. It's a good thing. I love having 5 flags on Firestorm, and I also like how you actually have some infantry-based combat instead of just tanks driving all over the place. So it's a good improvement in my opinion. It really is. I really like how they put a lot of fire everywhere and try to put some levolution in there to make it look different and add improvements to it. I really do like that. And I really do like what DICE did with this map, because it's definitely a huge improvement coming from the Xbox 360. Now the only thing I don't like about Firestorm, and it's not about the map, it's about the assignments of what you have to do with this map, including Caspian Border. But Caspian Border is a whole nother thing, because you just push a button and it blows up the tower. And if you know what I'm talking about, just because I said that, then you know what you have to go through in order to get this assignment. Yes, I'm talking about the Eagle's Nest assignment for getting the GOL Magnum. Now, in order to get the GOL Magnum, it's not easy. It really isn't, if you are not a sniper, that is. But the reason why I say it's not easy is just because everyone is trying to get it at the same time. Now, getting this GOL Magnum is not an easy task, because the Eagle's Nest assignment is telling you that you have to get a sniper ribbon, only one, which isn't that hard to get. You don't even have to be on the tower to get this. And in one round, you have to get 5 kills by standing on the Caspian and Firestorm towers. Now, if you don't know where those are pretty much the tallest towers in the map, and it's very easy to spot. And you have to stay up there and get 5 kills. You don't have to be at the very top of the towers, you just gotta be on the tower somewhere. So in order to do that, you just gotta get 5 kills. Not so hard, right? Well, what makes it hard is the fact that everyone's trying to get it at the same time, and those that do have it, or those that don't really care about getting it, they're gonna be killing those that are trying to get it because they're all up on the tower. So of course you're going to see the choppers and rocket launchers and snipers all trying to shoot the people that are up there in the towers trying to get kills. And because of that, it makes it very difficult to get it. And it is kind of easy to get it on Capture the Flag, since the flag is right there, like right next to you on the tower. So it is very easy to get it if you're playing the right objective mode. So because of that, it has an iffy kind of thing about the assignment. I have to just say that once you get it, you are gonna love the GOL Magnum, because that is my favorite gun in this entire DLC. And ever since I got it, I've been using it all the time. This gun is easily in my top 3 now, and I absolutely advise you to use it if you haven't tried it already. Even if you have to pick it up off the ground from some dead enemy or teammate, you definitely need to try out this gun, because it's definitely something you gotta do. There is a small bullet drop to it, and it definitely can compete against the M98B and the SRR61, because those guns are pretty much the best snipers in the game, and the GOL Magnum can definitely hold its own against those. Yes, the M98B and the SRR61 are definitely faster and have a more kick to it than the GOL Magnum, but the GOL Magnum is an extremely fast sniper. Not only do you get the power, but you also are able to have the fast reload, and also you get 63 RPM compared to, let's say, the M98B only has 40. So you definitely have an advantage on how many shots you can shoot compared to the others. Now, the only drawback is you only have 5 shots with the one in the chamber, so it really does play a role in how many shots you shoot, and then you have to reload again. But reloading from an empty mag, it really is pretty fast. It's only 4.1 seconds, so it is slow, but it is pretty fast compared to the M98B, which is 4.8 seconds. A slight second advantage will definitely win you over in a sniper battle or just picking off enemies running around. So it definitely is an improvement, and I'm really enjoying this sniper. I'll be making a lot of more videos with the GOL Magnum because it really is a good gun. It really does hold its own. It has the same distance as the other competitor snipers, and it is a very good gun, and it is definitely my favorite in the DLC compared to all the others. It's all about personal preference. In my opinion, I would definitely choose the GOL Magnum over the M98B, the L96, and the SRR61, mostly because of nostalgic reasons, but it's also an extremely great aggressive recon sniper, as well as the L96A1. Like I said in my previous videos, it definitely can hold its own, and I highly recommend you playing with it. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it too. And the last map I wanted to talk about is GOL Oman. Oman is actually a great map. I loved it in Battlefield 3 for the normal consoles as well. It was a great map, and it was always that one Second Assault map that was always there in every server. I don't know why, but I personally like the Strike at Karkan. That was actually my favorite of the Back to Karkan map pack, but GOL Oman is good too, and especially with that sandstorm, it's amazing. Like, I love that sandstorm. The only problem I have with it is that it does come out really quick, and it stays on the map for the rest of the game. It doesn't blow over. So because of that reason, it really does make it a little, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Paracel Storm because of the storm, but it's good. I guess it's good. The sandstorm, it makes it difficult to snipe. It really does. But I do like how it makes the map more alive, and you're able to play different on it. It just makes you have to do a few things and adapt to it, which is what I love about these kind of maps, that when they do that. I just wish that the sandstorm didn't just blow over the map so quick. That was the only thing. Overall, the map is amazing, and it plays just like it was in BF3. It's the same thing. But in my opinion, I would definitely have taken out Firestorm and Metro and replaced it with something else. Maybe even something from the Aftermath DLC, because that was great. I love the DLC expansion that we had on BF3 with the Aftermath, and I'm hoping that they actually put something related to it in some way, like putting some levolution of an earthquake in the map and actually make it where instead of it being an Aftermath earthquake like the Aftermath DLC, make it actually happen in the game, where we have the earthquake happen and the map changes. That would be great, and I'm really hoping that DICE actually takes that in consideration and make it something real. So I don't know, we'll just have to just wait and see. We already have Naval Strike on the way, which is mostly going to be naval warfare, so that's going to be interesting. But you know what, I'll talk about all that of Naval Strike in another video. So if you haven't downloaded the Second Assault DLC, there is still time. It's out there. Even if you're not a premium, it's going to be out soon, and you'll be able to enjoy it just like everyone else. Metro isn't that great, but all the other maps are great. They are a huge improvement for those that came from the 360 and PS3 and went to next gen, or PC if you did, and it's a big improvement. For the PC players, it pretty much resembles the same thing, but overall, I love this Second Assault DLC. It's a great expansion, and it's a highly replayable DLC map expansion pack. That's a mouthful. So anyway, guys, I'm Fire, and I'll see you on the next one.